Hello again, I see you have stumbled across me a second time. So last week we did build our medieval cabin house. This week we are going to furnish it. So here is how I did it, and let's go ahead and get started. Now here I am going to go ahead and just put some walls in because I want this to be a bedroom. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my walls, and you can see I'm not going to make this even, or at least I don't have space to. So there's our door, and there's a nice bedroom. Now here I did say that I wanted a kitchen. I usually like to have my kitchens downstairs, and sorry for all the mobs in the house. So if you want to have your kitchen downstairs, you can have that here, but then again, as you can see, the chimney does not show here. You can see if you break a block, then yes, it will be there. So yeah, I think for this build, since I would like the chimney to show in my kitchen, then I will build it upstairs so that there's not a random amount of bricks here. So this is most likely going to be my kitchen, so I want to kind of wall this off to make it a little bit more, I guess, together, and to make it so that there's actually walls in the house, and it'll make it more organized. Now here I feel that it's best so that once you come up the stairs, then you can run into the kitchen, and I think that looks nice. I made a nice big doorway so that you can easily get inside, and so you have no difficulty doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in these walls along with a top block to go ahead and finish it all off. Now if you want to, you can always add small little windows in the walls if you wanted to make it kind of like how cafeterias have it, to hand out food to people. But I think just having it with walls seems pretty nice. Now you can always include a dining room in here as well, or you can include that right here. I'm going to include it right here so we have more space for the kitchen and to make it look pretty good or nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this here and make a nice little divider so that I can have a nice living room area here, and I'll also make the walls even as well. So this will be a nice living room area, and I'm going to have a TV here, so to encase that, I'm going to make sure to line this up. We gotta line it up again. And then there is our place where we're gonna have our TV. Now if you want to make this look a little bit better, I'm just gonna add some stairs to go ahead and make the poles to kind of hold it up and attach it to the ceiling as well. I will add a slab just so that it looks a little bit better, so that it does look kind of like it's attached. You can also take another stair and place it like here, or what you can do is you can just have it like this. So either one of those will work. I'm going to go with this design right now, and that is our TV area, which I will add the TV later, and I went ahead and added some slabs across the top. This I'm going to make into some storage space just to go ahead and have a nice little area, and I can have some windows as well, and a nice big window to just add to the lighting so that there's no mobs spawning in here. Here I may have a little workstation just to, I guess, make it a little bit easier so you don't have to put that in the kitchen. And here, I'm going to fall down to the first floor. And here I think I'll add another bedroom here as well. And this time we sadly can't add a light because that would lead straight up into our other room. But then I will add another bedroom right here. This, maybe we could have a guest bedroom as it's quite small. I guess this room can be for the zombies. And then here I'm gonna go ahead and just put a single door to make it in the center whenever you walk inside. And then if we go ahead and let's say we want a smaller but still just another kitchen to make it just a little bit nicer. So this will be our next kitchen. This time I'm just gonna add a nice area for 2 doorways just to, I guess, make it look nicer again. And here you can do a nice stair area here where it will add some nice, I guess, just hinge. Yeah. And then here is our little kitchen. And you can see the combination of spruce and stone. I think it kind of looks pretty good. It's like a feature wall here, and I really like the look of it. And then here we can have another dining room, but kind of just smaller. And then for one more bedroom, just put it all together so that we don't have just a plain wall and nothing on it. I'm gonna go ahead and add this final wall. And then to go ahead and I guess hide it from the front door so you don't have a door straight when you walk in, I'm gonna go ahead and add that there. Now here you kind of want a greeting area whenever you walk into the house. So I'm going to go ahead and make a nice area whenever you walk in. So here I went ahead and just placed some stairs like so. So I placed one on the floor and then one on the wall. Just like that. And here, I'll actually do this again just to decorate the walls a little bit more so that they're not so blank. And then here, so whenever you walk in, you'll go ahead and see a blank wall, but I will go ahead and add some more to this just to go ahead and make it a little bit, I guess, easier to access some straightaway things. So I'll just have like a desk here, and then we'll have some more decoration on the walls and everything. And then that is our layout for the house. And I may just add another, I guess, couch here, or I could add some chests and barrels to go ahead and make it a little bit better. So now I'm just going to go ahead and grab all my items that I should need for the first room, and then I'll go ahead and get started with furnishing the house. All my items here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place my spruce doors on the inside of the house so that whenever you go outside, it still shows those stone bricks, and whenever you go inside, it only shows the birch. So it just makes it to where it doesn't, I guess it looks more put together. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and just add a nice desk for the front of our house as soon as you walk in. And here I just want to add some nice, just items to go ahead and make it look a little bit nicer. So here I am going to go ahead and put some coarse dirt into the ground, and then I'm going to grow some bamboo to act like it is holding up this barrel. And then here I'm going to go ahead and stick a little painting, and then I'm just going to stick another little painting in there. You want to make sure that this is a different painting so it does look a little bit nicer. And then here, since I do have my jukebox here, I'm not going to place an anvil on top because that wouldn't make sense for the disc. And then for here, I guess I can place some anvils here just to add that, or if you want, you can just put an anvil here along with a trap door on top. So if you wanted to do that, you can, but you don't have to. And then that's basically it. So now we have a small dining room, and while we're at it, I will go ahead and do the other dining room as well. So here, if you go ahead and place a trapdoor on the wall, now you can either do this or you can do a style like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this type of thing. And then you can always add some nice chairs. I like the ones made out of scaffolding. It looks pretty nice. And then if you go here, then you can easily stand in them and you don't have to jump or anything, and it's really nice. And if you also want to go on top of them, then you can always just hit the jump key. And then here, if you want to go ahead and add plates, then now again, if you wanted to make this out of blocks, then you could always put the iron pressure plate, or known as a weighted pressure plate, and that would work as plates. Now since you don't have that, then you can't necessarily do that, but then again, you can always just use either dark oak planks, or you can use another item to go ahead and have that there. So as you can see, it's kind of representing a stack of plates here and a flower pot here. Now of course I would replace this with dark oak planks to make it look a little bit better, but you can always choose a different block just to match with what you like. And then here I'm going to go ahead and close that with dark oak trapdoors, just so that it looks more like a table. And now on to the smaller kitchen. Oh yeah, but first we always gotta go and do that top dining room. So this one will kind of match the other one, but just a little bit different. So here I'll go ahead and show you the dark oak planks. So here you can do this type of thing, and then here you can just place all that. So there, and it will also allow you to place plates on there. But for this, of course, I will be placing the chairs. Now here I do want them to be centered, but since this table is not able to have them centered, then I will just have them mismatching so that it does look kind of in some order, but it does have a little bit of weirdness to it, and it makes it a little bit more, I guess, custom. And you can always add flower pots to make it look like cups, and then the dirt inside kind of looks like a drink. Or you can just add flower pots with different types of flowers to make it look like you have flowers at the dinner table. And of course, if you do step on the plates, then once you step off, the chairs will close. So it's not necessarily the most efficient way of setting the table, since every time you set your plate, the chair will close, but it's okay. Okay, so now on to the kitchen, and I will do the bottom floor kitchen first, and then we'll work our way up from there. So here we're going to go ahead and start the kitchen. So here I went ahead and got some furnaces and some smokers. Now, of course, if you do remember, we have our smelting area outside, which does have blast furnaces, so that we can go ahead and not have to use those on the inside of the house. So here I am going to go ahead and place a crafting table here, and I'm just going to go ahead and begin to build. And I will go ahead and get some stairs just for the countertops, because I think it looks quite nice to go ahead and have some countertops. Okay. And that is the kitchen almost done. Here I went ahead and put a cauldron just to represent a sink, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually put some bookshelves here to just go ahead and have that. And if you use the back of a loom, then it kind of represents that you have empty bookshelves, so it looks quite nice. Then here I'm going to go ahead and use a light gray banner on the wall here to kind of represent a towel, just to make it look, I guess, a little bit better. Now, of course, you'd probably want to use this next to the sink instead of next to the smokers. So yeah, you can use multiple of these around your build just to make them look like towels. So if you wanted to have a bathroom instead of one of the bedrooms, just to make it look more like an actual house instead of a Minecraft house, then yes, that would look pretty nice. And then here again, I am going to go ahead and get that bamboo and the coarse dirt just to go ahead and act like it is holding up the barrel right here. Now, if you don't like the placement of the bamboo within the dirt, then you can keep placing it, but as I can see right now, it is not changing, so that will probably stay where it is. And yeah, that's pretty much the kitchen. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you are adding flowers and anything that you can add. I am going to add some mushrooms just to add more to it and make it not just the flowers and everything, and make it also mushrooms as well. Now, if you don't like where the crafting table it is and you want it easier to access, then you can just set another one on top of it. And if you don't want to waste crafting tables, then you can just replace that with a quartz block or a quartz stair. And yeah, that is basically the kitchen. If you want to add more, then you can always, let's say, since you do have that mossy stone bricks there, then you could go ahead and get some vines, and you could always add those to the walls and make it a little bit more overgrown. I guess, and you can always place string to make sure that it does stay in the original place and that it doesn't grow. So if you wanted to go ahead and add string, then you could go ahead and add that. So here you just place a string right there and right there, and it's almost invisible once you back away from it. You really have to be really close in order to see it. But see, from here, I can barely see it. And it looks really nice. So yeah, I think that looks pretty nice for the kitchen. And now it is on to our smaller bedroom that the zombies are still in. So here I am going to go ahead and just put a single bed. I did decide to use a cyan bed this time for our area here. And then here I'm just going to place a couple looms to go ahead and add to it. Now this is quite hard and tricky to go ahead and get everything down, but once you get everything down, it is quite nice. And then here I'm going to go ahead and add a grindstone, just like that, or I'll add it like this, and then I'll go ahead and add sea pickle here. Now in order for these to light up, you actually need to place water there, but as you can see, it does kind of go everywhere. So for this, I am going to go ahead and place trapdoors like so. So then I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now this may be tricky to go ahead and get down, but once you get it down, it's good. So there you go. And then here, I'm going to do the same thing. Just to go ahead and put some sea pickles in here and do that. And then this does give more light and everything. So it looks pretty nice. Now I'm pretty sure, no? Okay, it still spills everywhere. So if you don't want that, you can just place your sea pickles and you'll be totally fine. I am just going to place 2, and you can either do the trapdoor and then you can have it give off light with the water bucket, or you can just leave it like this. And then here you can always add more things like an armor stand. So let's say if you wanted to add an armor stand, you could do that so that they had somewhere to store their armor, and they could always put in a jukebox along with, again, some barrels. You want to make sure that you are putting them anywhere that you have a place for them, so that you do have a nice amount of area for everything. I like to put a ton of barrels because it does add to the amount of storage that you have, instead of only having very little storage, and it just makes everything much nicer. Now here, as you can tell, this is quite a little space to walk, and it's not a lot, so for sure you'll need to make sure that whoever is in here is comfortable with being in a tight space. Now on to the second bedroom. I'm going to go ahead and get my items, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have our next bedroom that we're going to do, coming from our small bedroom. And I went ahead and got some items here. I got a magenta bed just to change it up and add a little bit more colors to just complement the building so it's not all dark and everything. So I went ahead and got magenta beds. They're pretty bright. I went ahead and did a triple bed, which I really do like. And now I'm just going to add some decoration to this by adding bookshelves on either side. Here I think I'm actually going to do some barrels. Then here I got some armor stands. I'll go ahead and set those over here in the corner. And then I did get some crimson nylium, I'm pretty sure is how it may be pronounced. And I'm going to use twisting vines to go ahead and hold up some barrels. I'm just placing barrels wherever I can because I know that you may not have a ton of areas to do that. So you want to make sure that you have a ton of areas where you can just have a nice barrel so that you have more storage space. That's always nice. So there is basically the bedroom, except I will go ahead and add some decoration over here by just adding a nice little area here. I am going to add some more of those twisting vines, just incorporating it into the build a little more so that we do have some different, like just some more texture to the build, and to make sure that it does match with everything. You can see that I did have looms in my inventory, and you can of course use those for different things. So if you wanted to make a bookcase that didn't have any books in it, that would be really nice. So here I'm just going and grabbing some different flowers. I did grab some crimson fungus just to go ahead and have that. And then I'm going to grab a flower pot so that you can hold it. Here I'm going to go ahead and put that crimson fungus here. You can also change it up so that it's different from the nether, and you can put that blue orchard in it or whatever you decide. But then again, that does go with the blue, so I think I'm going to go with the crimson fungus here. And then over here, I'm just going to put that blue orchard to make it go kind of with the magenta. And then here, if you want to, you can of course add some pictures. I think what I'm going to do here though, is I'm going to go ahead and grab a block, go ahead and place one on each side so that I can get a nice picture in the center of our bed. And I do quite like this. And if you wanted to add a nice back to the bed, then you can of course add that, but it will get in the way of your painting because you cannot place it right behind that bed. So if you want to do this, you can, or you can just raise it up by one to make it look a little bit better. So now, if you wanted to, you can just scroll through different items and see what you can find, and just see what you can get as well. Now here, I think what I will do is I will add a nice item frame so you can store something like, let's say you have a nether star that you earned and you wanted to showcase it, then you could showcase that here. And it looks like a picture because you have the picture frame and then you have the backing along with the picture, and this kind of looks like a flower, so I really do like how it goes with the build. And then over here I think you can just add some more little areas as well, or what you wanted to do is you can just take some spruce trapdoors along with some more flowers. And then some flower pots, so you can either do it like this, and you can do something again like those pictures, or if what you wanted to do, you could always take a spruce trap door. Now you'll need to put this on the top half of the bottom block there, and then you'll need to of course place a flower pot on top, but of course you can't really do that, and I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I will just stick to the item frame version for now. And this actually does look really good. It looks like you kind of just took a flower and you put it into an item frame, and it makes a really cool picture, and from the side it kind of looks 3D as well, and I really do like that. And here, just going ahead and putting some more of those around your just room. It makes it look a lot more homely, and of course it does add a little bit more of just a nice feel to the place. And then there we go. There is basically the build. You can also go ahead and just use different items, and you can make it a lot better of a home, because this is your home and you can decorate it the way that you want. So now onto our little workstation that we're going to have here.
Sorry, but I was not able to finish the house in time for this week. I will have the final house next week, so make sure to stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.